Hello, welcome back or welcome to the channel. My name is Michelle. I'm really happy to have you here with me. We are going to do a case study with one of my newest decks. And I prefaced this in the last video with this deck too, that this is a little bit of a, I guess, it's just deep, right? So if you're not here to get to the heart of matters, if you don't want to see the truth, even if it's hard to see the truth, this isn't the place for you. We deal with hard truths here so that it sets us free and gives us more of an awareness and a conscious choice. So I'm not really sure what this case study is going to do, and to be honest, I'm really not sure how these cards are going to work in the spread that I'm about to do it in. So buckle up and let's see where this goes. Although obviously the title, I don't know what the title is yet. So you know kind of where this video is going actually before I do. Because the title is going to come after I understand the direction that this is going. So anyway, I just think that's kind of funny. This looked like it wanted to come through. Interesting. Rehearsing the past. Mental scripts. Okay. This is telling me right now that your energy is stuck in a past moment, in a moment that you are blaming yourself for something. You wish you could have done something different. And I can just tell you right off the bat, that just isn't going to get you anywhere if you stay stuck in that thinking. If you want to say, I will act differently next time, or come up with some sort of solution, this is going to benefit you. But going to the past and blaming yourself is going to get you on a repeated loop of a downward trajectory of energy, okay? Let's see what's kind of led us here. I feel like somebody walked away from you. It looks like somebody walked away from you and now you're replaying in your head what you could have done differently. So that's where I say that could be, if you're going on and like, what could I have done differently in a way where it benefits your future? Like, how should I act in the next relationship or a next business partnership or whatever this is? That's one thing. But this type of energy is not that. This type of energy is that you're so consumed by what you've lost that you can't see the wisdom coming through from that loss. Like, you acted like this is why you lost this person. Focus on changing that and something will enter your life. All right, let's see where this is going. Well, the good news is that, I mean, well, I don't know if it's good or bad. There's nothing you can do. Okay, that's what I'm getting at with this. There's nothing that you can do. The tea has turned cold. This relationship is done. It's expired. This person is over it. Again, if this is business, it could be a business relationship. It could be a relationship. You know where this fits in your life. I can only tell you the energy of the situation. You know where that location is at in your life, so to speak. Let's see what you're grounded into. Back and forth. You're in that emotional yo-yo. I think the emotional yo-yo is you might be thinking, oh, maybe they'll come back. That's the feeling I'm getting, is like, oh, well, maybe they'll come back. And from what I'm getting from the cards, right, this case study, this person is not coming back. This opportunity or whatever it was, it's not coming back. So maybe it wasn't in your best interest anyway, but the wisdom you take from this is, meaning Maybe there's a future opportunity that comes in that now that this situation has been brought to your awareness, you're like, I'm not going to pass up another opportunity like that again. So don't think that just because this opportunity has gone cold or left you that a new one will not come in. Again, once you learn the wisdom of that situation, you're freed from it. So you can use it to your advantage in the future, as opposed to, again, this type of a feeling. All right, let's see what's wanting to come in for you. Should have been done. Dragging on, already over, denial. I'm so sorry. Like, I know this is rough. I do feel for you, because I understand. I've been through these phases. Obviously, well, maybe it's not obvious, but this is why that I have the experience that I have to guide people through this, because I've been through so many of these. I've made prisons for myself. I've eaten myself. That sounds horrible. What I mean is, I've beaten myself up, okay? What could I have done differently? I replayed scenes and scenes and scenes in my head about how I could have done something differently so that I could have avoided this pain. As opposed to just, but then I would keep returning to the pain, as opposed to just taking the positive out of there, learning from the bad, taking the positive and leaving that experience where it needed to be. And for you, your denial, this is wanting to come in, I would say, to show you this should have been done. It's just done. It's just done. Let's see what's going on in the air element. Interesting. It wasn't love, it was control. In the air element, I think your ego might be almost making me think your ego is, it's like belittling you, like making you feel small or stupid for believing that this person or this opportunity could be what it was, and now you just feel so stupid. I'm so stupid. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I did it? This is the feeling that I'm getting. That is not true. You are not stupid, okay? There's just an experience you had to go through for you to learn something. You are not stupid. And your ego needs to understand that you're not stupid. So, I just, well, let's continue. Let's see what the water element, let's see what the water element is showing you. I also feel like your ego is not allowing you to, part of your ego is what's not allowing you to move forward. And the part of your ego is the one that is like, we're learning from this experience so that we never ever have to go through it again. I feel like this is the trick with your ego. Like your mind is telling you that it makes sense for you to keep replaying this so that you continue to learn from it and you never go through this again. But that isn't, you don't have to keep replaying it. You don't have to keep living in that traumatic moment in order for you to learn the lesson and to not have that same exact thing happen to you again. So I think your ego just needs a little bit of guidance and wisdom to understand that it does not have to keep living in that moment. It doesn't need to make you continually live through the traumatic moment to get the lesson out of it. You can move on. All right, let's see what the water element. Oh, I love this. I love this. Your intuition is telling you you deserve better. You know you deserve better. So there is a part of you that knows this. This is in the water element, which is your intuition and your emotions. There's a part of you, you know this. This isn't going to be something new for you. You know you deserve better. All right, let's see what's going on in the fire. I think that it's emotional addiction, right? Fire, desire. I feel like that is the inspiration, that is your drive is to find that desire that you had. I just feel like you will find that with somebody else too. So maybe there's a part of you that is, upset with yourself at losing this opportunity, whatever, with this person or this situation, thinking that you're never going to experience something that desirable again, that intense again. But I don't think that's the case. But I am seeing with that emotional addiction, this is what's throwing you back into this loop where you keep rehearsing this scenario over and over again. It's like again, this is just being brought up to your awareness. It's like you're addicted to that feeling. And you may not even realize it yet. Because it didn't start that way, right? It doesn't start that way. It's just a pattern, a behavioral pattern that turns into a sort of addiction after you've allowed this pattern to build and build and build. Let's see what's going on in the earth element. So it seems like this opportunity, and this is likely why I really feel like this is, I know people say this, but this really feels like a them problem, not a you problem. Because in the earth element, we have love bombing. Okay. And this is all about like somebody loving you, showing you so much affection at first, and then being basically like hot and cold. And so it kind of leaves you, I feel like, with this drug, because you want what you first felt, but you're not getting that anymore. And I feel like that's just a realization that you need to have, that this person is hot and cold, and understand you don't have to settle for that. You don't have to settle for someone who's hot and cold with you, or that, or who makes you have to guess how they feel about you. There's also, talking it through with people, like, hey, you're being this way, and now you're being this way. Like, what's up with that? Being able to communicate with somebody, and they might be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Or they might be like, well, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. And then you need to decide, like, oh, okay, so you did that just to grab me in, but that's not part of your personality. Okay, well, but that's a part that I fell in love with. So if that isn't a character trait of yours, then this may not be cohesive, or this might not be resonant for me, or in alignment for me. And it's no slight to anybody else. It just is, right? Like, there doesn't have to be emotional triggers that come with that conversation. Just like, oh, okay, so this is how you're taught to get somebody, is by doing this, because you know that will get them to like you, and then you fall back on not doing that anymore. That's just a behavioral pattern, and people can choose to change that if they want to. And you can choose to be with someone who either is going to change or or you can decide, whatever. I don't really, the point here is this is the type of energy that this person or this opportunity gave you, where it was like all rainbows and butterflies at first, and then it turned really cold. And in part, I mean, I get this feeling that this is actually to your benefit in a way. I know you don't feel like the cards are telling me this is obviously not how you are feeling. But this is what the cards are telling a story of. So I'm going to leave that here. I hope that was useful for you.